Good evening. You're listening to the Garden City Community Chat Show with your hosts Carrie, Tom, and Mike. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, hello, Garden City and all our surrounding neighbors. Welcome to episode number 653 of the Garden City Community Chat Show. It's Thursday, March 21st, 2024. We're so happy you could be with us tonight. We hope you're all safe and doing well. I am your host, Carrie, and also joining me tonight are my co-hosts, Garden City's very own meteorologist, Dr. Tom Iwinski. How you doing tonight, sir?
Good, but spring is missing. I don't know where it went, but it's gone for a bit. So we're going to talk about where it went, and hopefully we'll find it again.
Yeah, that's Michigan. That's Michigan for you, though. Also, former Garden City Councilman Mike Jones. How you doing, Mike?
Doing excellent, Terry.
Awesome. Mike's going to be back a little bit later in the show with the latest community events and announcements for you. He'll get you all updated on those. I want to mention a few upcoming shows that we have for you to get on your calendars. Next week, March 28th, our good friend Stephanie Peters from Angels AIDS is coming back on. So if you have a senior or disabled person that needs some help around the house, you're going to want to tune into that show. Also, April 4th, Rebecca Morrow will be here from Tammy's Tastings. She does events where you learn about making cocktails. Cheryl and I actually went to one of her events at the Straight Farmhouse, and it was very interesting. A lot of fun, and had some good cocktails as well that we made. And then on April 11th, the owners of Next Level Custom Brick will be here to talk about their business and all the services that they provide, including stamped and stained concrete, brickwork, and much more, so you can get your house ready for summertime. And on April 25th, Matt Collins will be here to advocate for membership in the Garden City Lions Club. So some good shows coming your way. We hope you can get them on your calendar and you'll be able to join us. All right, up first will be Doppler Tom. He'll be here shortly with the most current and accurate forecast for you. Tonight we have another good one for you. It's just been a little while since he's checked in. We've checked in with the Garden City Public School Superintendent Derek Fisher, but he's here tonight to update us on all the bond work that has been going on in the schools and what we can look forward to in the future. So stay tuned for that. Also, Joe Bartley is back from J&J Taxes and More with another installment of Tax Talk 24. And all this is happening right after Doppler time of the weather. Now, before we get to Tom, let me just mention real quick, if you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and post your questions and comments in the comment section. You can find us live right now on Facebook at facebook.com/GCChat, and also over on our YouTube channel. Just search for Garden City Community Chat. You can also email your questions to us at Garden City or gccommunitychat@gmail.com, which is up on the screen under my name, and we'll do our best to get them answered for you. Also, we want to take a quick minute to say thank you to each and every one of you who listen and support us every Thursday night. not only from our hometown of Garden City, but several of our surrounding communities as well. We really appreciate everyone's support, and remember, we'll continue to promote not only our community, but yours as well. And speaking of community, if your community organization or business has any events, announcements, or cancellations that you'd like to get out to our listeners, what should they do, Mike?
They should email us, Gary.
Exactly. Email the details to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on Facebook, and Mike will be more than happy to pass that information along. Remember, you're always welcome to come on the show and promote your community, business, or organization anytime. We also encourage any local business to check out and join the Garden City Business Alliance and see what great things they can do for you. For more information, go to gardencitybusinessalliance.org. All right, we're going to get Tom in here now with the check of the weather, and then we're going to spend some time chatting with Superintendent Derek Fisher, so stand by. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. Well, did I hear that 4-letter word maybe?
Oh, it's definitely going to be happening, but probably not anything too crazy, but just enough to remind us that it's, like you said, Michigan in springtime. So we're definitely going to see some wintry weather making a comeback, even though this is like the first couple days of spring. I feel like the first day of spring was more winter-like. I mean, we've been stuck in the chill the last couple days. I mean, temperatures really haven't gotten out of the 30s for highs and 20s for lows. So it's definitely been on the colder side of things. Definitely a little windy at times, which actually continues to have a bite in the air of the feel of the air. So overall, we're going to continue to see temperatures drop below freezing tonight. We're kind of right around the freezing mark at this hour already, and we're going to probably drop into the upper 20s tonight. And we're going to set the stage for our next system to move in, which will be probably more rain than snow, or more snow than rain across the area. I'm used to saying it the other way around this time of year, but not now. Unfortunately, there's enough cold air that this will start out as an all snow event across our area. So this will probably begin to move in as we get into the overnight hours and into the early morning hours. So I'm thinking right now that the start time of the snow will probably be around 6 a.m. or so is when this will probably begin to move in from the west. And overall, we're going to just be enveloped in just some pretty good scattered to widespread snow across the area. I mean, some locations near the border with Ohio might not see much of anything. So it's going to be a pretty good gradient, but I still think there's going to be enough lighter snow out there across our area to really start to have some accumulation. So as we get into the overnight hours and into the morning, that's when our snow, like I said, will continue to overspread the area. And by the time the morning commute gets going, we're going to be seeing that snow flying out there. And albeit it will probably be more lighter snow than anything, but still enough to cause some issues for this time of year. And overall, we're going to continue to kind of see that through the early afternoon hours. So after we get around probably 1 o'clock or so, noon to 1 o'clock is when this will probably begin to taper down a little bit. And we'll see a little break in the action. And we'll probably see temperatures rise above freezing during that time, because when we're not really in the precip and in the colder part of that storm, it definitely favors temperatures to go above freezing. So all that snow that will occur during the morning hours, which will probably be about 1 inch of snow, will probably begin to melt during that time frame, and we'll probably see some drier conditions during the afternoon hours. And then as the backside of that system begins to move in, that's will probably be around after 8 o'clock or so tomorrow evening, which we'll see another band of snow move through until about midnight or so. And that could potentially, given these conditions that the start of the snow is during the nighttime hours, we could see potentially another inch of snow. So we're going to be seeing probably 2 rounds of snow as we get into tomorrow, just enough to have headaches with what you oil with the weather out there. But overall, it's probably going to be more on the lighter side of accumulations, but still enough to just damper the moods if you're a big spring lover out there, because this will not be the time of year out there to really enjoy the weather, because we're going to probably stay on the chilly side all day tomorrow, probably just getting above freezing into the mid to upper 30s during kind of the afternoon hours, and then crashing back down into the upper 20s again. So any of that snow that occurs on the backside of it is not going to really melt very much. I mean, it's probably going to stay around through Friday night and into Saturday morning. But the good news is that as we get into the weekend, we're going to dry things back out, and we're going to warm things relatively up a little bit more. We're probably going to get into the upper 30s to lower 40s for high temperatures, but still staying fairly chilly in the 20s and 30s for overnight lows. So we can't really shake that overnight temperatures, obviously, this time of year, as we know. But a lot of that sunshine, especially on Sunday, will definitely melt any snow that occurs tomorrow. And then as we get into next week, it's going to relatively be another active week, actually. We're probably going to see another round of another system moving through. But the good news is that this is going to be a warmer system, so it's expected to remain all rain at this point. And we're going to be seeing kind of our next system moving in overnight on Monday and into Tuesday. And pretty much it's going to be just rounds of light, steady rain kind of moving through the area, with our temperatures probably remaining in the 50s for high temperatures. So obviously we're going to get into kind of that core of that warmer system as this moves through. And closer to that center of that storm, which is why it's going to be so warm. And overall, probably some 30s and 40s for the overnight lows, but staying above freezing. So it's going to be an all rain event at this point. So looking pretty good on that front, other than obviously the kink in the road as we get into tomorrow. But other than that, we're going to be as we end the month of March, probably on the relatively cooler side, but staying above freezing toward the end of the month. We're probably going to, again, deal with temperatures in the 40s and 50s for highs and 30s in the lows, which is a little bit on the chilly side, but we're just going to have to wait as we get into April. April is looking maybe a little bit warmer, probably getting into the low 50s for high temperatures and maybe 30s and 40s for lows. So it's going to, as you know, in Michigan, it's going to take its sweet time to get into more of a comfortable pattern and be safe, even to start getting our hands dirty with the gardens and all that, because as we know, it can even snow in April. So we'll see if anything pops up. But as you know, later in the season, they're more marginal events and they just come down pretty quickly and they melt fairly quickly as well. So that's kind of where we're at when it comes to kind of this next storm system. Snow, when you wake up in the morning, will be flying, a little break in the afternoon, and then some more snow tomorrow evening before wrapping up around midnight. And probably an inch or so each time. And there's not going to be consistently over 2 inches or anything on the ground at one point. It's probably going to be an inch, melts, and then maybe another inch on top of that, which will melt as we get into Saturday. So you're just going to be dealing with some sloppy weather as we get into the day on Friday. But other than that, this storm system is affecting not just us, but a whole bunch of the northern United States, with just widespread snow across all of the northern states out there, from probably Montana all the way across Wisconsin and Michigan, and even into the upper northeast as well, going all the way into Maine. So obviously snow will be flying out there. And then that next week's system that's going to bring us rain on Monday night into Tuesday is actually going to be another pretty good winter storm, but not here. That will probably be more across Minnesota and dealing with a pretty good snowstorm as well. So this is the battle zone as we get into March. There's definitely that tug of cold to warm air that really just brings out a lot of that fun weather when it comes to snow and rain and even severe weather. So that is kind of where we're at when you kind of go into severe weather at this point. It's been fairly active already this time of year, but it's not too active right now. It's kind of a quieter pattern. There's some storminess across the southern United States, but nothing too crazy at this point. And it is Severe Weather Awareness Week, but I won't get into that at this point because it seems useless talking about severe weather when it's such a cold week out there and no one's paying attention to that. So we'll probably revamp that topic as we get closer to the springtime warmth, and that's when probably our weather gets a little bit more on the stormy side. So we'll kind of wait on that. But that is kind of where we're at. But if you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com, and it will keep you updated as the flakes will be flying as we get into tomorrow.
All right. Nothing we can't handle, really.
Oh, it's just the standards for Michigan.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, don't put those plants in the ground just yet. All right, sir. Well, have a good night, and we will see you next week.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to do that fan question now, or?
If you want to do it, or you want to wait until next week? Huh?
No, we can do it now because, I mean, okay. We did get another fan question about severe weather.
Right.
Why the U.S. is just a hot battleground state for tornadoes. And obviously, we get into this time of year, we start again increasing our talks about severe weather because it's supposed to be being warmer, but obviously not this week. But the reason why the U.S. is a hot battleground state than any other portion of the U.S. or the globe, excuse me, is where we're at. I mean, we have the Gulf of Mexico, which is a hotbed of warm, humid air. And when these storm systems develop across the California or across the Rocky Mountains, it brings in that warm Gulf air, which is one ingredient storms need, and then it has that drier air on the backside of it from the mountains and the downsloping. So that's why kind of the central U.S. is just a battleground state of a severe weather, and there's no other location in the world that has those two regions of warm water from the Gulf of Mexico being pulled up, and there isn't a good mountain range extending from north to south across the west that could just bring that cyclogenesis is what we call it, for storms to develop and for tornadoes to be in any other country. So that's the reason why the U.S. is such a hot battleground state for tornadoes. And then the other aspect of this question is why tornadoes spin one direction, why they spin another direction. But the exact question was, do tornadoes spin in the same direction? And they actually do not. And the reason why is the Coriolis effect. We won't get into the nitty-gritty details of that because that could give a headache to some people. But basically, tornadoes in the northern hemisphere, they rotate counterclockwise. And tornadoes in the southern hemisphere rotate clockwise. And the reason why is the Coriolis effect, which is basically just deflecting the wind to the right in the northern hemisphere and deflecting the wind to the left on the southern hemisphere. So it's just the reason why tornadoes can be rotating differently in each hemisphere. I have to give you a caveat though. Some tornadoes are anticyclonic, which means they can go opposite the direction in each hemisphere, but that's a very rare event, but it's more common to have this counterclockwise in our neck of the woods. So it's fairly interesting. All that weather, it's quite a bit of schooling that you have to learn all this fun stuff, but nitty gritty stuff is always fun to talk about, just breaking it down each time. And you can really understand the complex aspect of meteorology. It's not as easy as going on the TV and saying,
really?
Oh, it might rain today, it might not. So
a lot more to it.
But I did want to bring up that question. So
all right.
I forget. So yeah, keep them coming. You can stump me. Try to stump me one week.
Yeah, thanks for the questions, and keep them coming. All right, sir. You have a good night. All right. Thanks for that. See ya. All right. Interesting, huh?
Yep.
A lot of people in there tonight. Let me just mention a few of them. Elmwood Blessing Box is in there. Darlene Jablonski's in there. Hello, Darlene. Good to see you. Dan Bartley is in there. Says hello, Mr. Fisher. Class of 2007. Mrs. Chad is in there. How you doing, dear? Shannon Coffey from Notary Babe is in there. Kathy Harmon, our former Garden City fire chief. How you doing? How's retirement going? Derek Parton from D&D Sports Chat is in there. William Moorhan from the library. Yvonne Radcliffe is in there. A lot of good people in there tonight. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Class of 07 Cougars. Yes. All right. Let's introduce our guest for tonight. He is the Garden City Public School Superintendent, Mr. Derek Fisher. Let's bring him in. How you doing, sir?
I'm well. Good to see you.
Good to see you again. Thanks for being here tonight. It's been a minute. So a lot has happened since the last time you've been on. So why don't we get right into it, okay?
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to kind of share some updates specific to our bond work.
Yeah.
Part of that facilities bond package that the community overwhelmingly supported, and we passed back in May of 2020. So kind of right in the midst of the.
Don't seem that long.
Yeah, right in the midst of the global pandemic, and thankfully the two city clerks were able to facilitate the election process, and our ballot item got out there. And as I shared, we had great support from our community on that facilities bond package. It was needed, right? We've got a major infrastructure, and we've got buildings that go back like Garden City High School, 74 years old now. So they're going to need some TLC. The buildings are well built. They're solid. They got great foundations. But when you look at a structure that old, we want to modernize and keep it contemporary to put our kids in the best environment possible.
Sure. Now you said you sent some pictures here that I want to put up on the screen too. The middle school.
Sure. Yeah.
Going on there.
Yeah. This past summer, so summer of 23, we did a lot of work at Garden City Middle School. We completely renovated the library, that media center area there, those pictures there.
Beautiful.
So that was completely redone, new HVAC, new paint, new flooring, new lighting, flexible seating. So very much akin to what you would see in a higher ed setting, right? So just a great learning space, provides lots of opportunity for classroom usage, student usage, seminars, in-services, guest speakers. So just an overall great space. We redid all of the science labs. There's a science lab there at Garden City Middle School.
Wow.
So, new lab stations, epoxy flooring. And if you really dig in and look, you're going to see that every single student has a Chromebook, and that our classrooms now are all very well equipped with Clever Touch learning interactive boards. So that now that feature has replaced sort of the traditional chalkboard. So we have a strong focus on instructional technology. Absolutely.
Wow.
And that gym there, of course, the middle school gym, the former West Gym, as some folks still lovingly refer to it. Great space for athletics.
Look at that floor, eh? Wow.
Yeah, really pops. That's probably the best middle school gym you're going to find in Southeast Michigan. It really is.
It looks it.
It's impressive. So, we have new scoreboards going there. We did a lot of floor work. That's that original spring-loaded floor going back, I believe, to 1964. So that has stayed up well. And then internally, with our folks over at our Buildings and Grounds Department, our facilities director, we work with DTE to get some rebates, and we redid our lighting in there. So the lighting in there, all LED lighting, very impressive.
Beautiful.
Yep. Comes on a lot quicker and a lot easier on the eyes. And really heightens the experience, really improves the playing experience and the experience of spectators in there.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, how many people does that hold, that gym, roughly?
We could easily accommodate 400 to 500 in there. We've done opening day events in there. So
yeah, that's good.
Depending on how you set it up, you can get quite a few spectators in there. It's a great room, great venue.
Still got the track.
Yep, still got the track around there.
Now you're doing the playgrounds too, and this is what, the sinking fund?
Yeah, this is going to be this summer. We've got a lot of sinking fund work planned.
Can you explain the difference between the bond and the sinking fund again for our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. So the bond is we've got a limited time to use the bond money. Generally, bonds are good. You've got to complete your bond projects generally within 5 years. Mm-hmm. You get a larger amount. So our bond was for $50 million. That was all approved through Treasury based on a facility study that we conducted with an architect. And we, that voter approved. Sinking funds, similar, but just smaller scale. Mm-hmm. So our sinking fund lasts for right around, it's a 5-year sinking fund. We are going to be going back out for renewal, most likely in August of 24. So late this summer, we'll be going back out for renewal on it. Okay. And the sinking fund brings in approximately about currently $1.1 million. Mm-hmm. It's been reduced because of the Headley rollback. It started as 2 mills, and I think it's reduced right around to 1.82 mills currently. Mm-hmm. So that brings in on assessed property about 1.1 million. And we're very strategic and thoughtful with that. So last summer and into part of this year, we worked and completely redid the Garden City High School baseball diamond. Mm-hmm. That property really hadn't seen any TLC for about 35, 40 years. So there's a major irrigation system in there, about a mile. Yes, I said it right. A mile's worth of linear drainage system that's incorporated.
Oh, wow.
In the field, so that we can, get out there and play on it after a rain.
Sure.
We've got great bleacher system, a great mitered bleacher system out there that accommodates seating for right around 200 spectators. And then we've got awesome prefab cement dugouts that were brought in and placed out there, and also the girls' baseball diamond. So if you kind of drive, especially if you're driving eastbound on Maplewood, it's very impressive to get a look at with the large black vinyl fence and really high backstop area there. It's a great facility. And within
the art looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. And within the WAC, within the Western Wayne Athletic Conference, it's the premier field. So we got a few little items to do with a little bit of sod work and some seeding, but we're going to get kids out there in April practicing and host some games out there early in the season. And then I'm just pleased that the boys are going to have a great experience and a great facility out there that's kind of now consistent with all of the other upgrades that we've made over the past 4 or 5 years.
Right. Now, I also have a follow-up question for you from a resident.
Sure.
Since the residents paid for all the upgrades, will they at some point be able to use the facilities such as the pool, football fields, tennis courts, track, baseball fields, etc.?
Well, you know what? Public money goes to a lot of things, and, we encourage facility usage. We have a process for facility usage. We also have to be good stewards with it. So there's a process to request usage. We know that the Garden City Youth Athletic Association, they get out there and they use our football field. We have a great partnership with the Garden City Soccer Club, and they use a lot of our facilities for soccer. Likewise, there's opportunities to use the ball diamonds as well. Clearly, we've got to balance that, though, with the schedule for our students, right, and the school itself. So, are there opportunities? Certainly, and we do have a building usage process to request usage of those facilities. But we also have to be good stewards and make sure that these facilities aren't overused. We also have to be concerned about safety, security.
Yeah, liability.
Liability, thank you very much. And with pools, especially a competition pool, I'm glad we brought the pool up. That's an Olympic,
it's beautiful
competition pool. There's no zero entry in that. It's not an easy access. It's not like you're going to one of these facilities that has a 0-degree access with a gentle slope, for senior citizens. I mean, you're in anywhere from 7.5 feet, 8 feet of water to 5.5, 6 feet of water. So you got to, it's a ladder entry and exit, or a ladder exit rather. So with that, what we are going to be doing, we are going to be adding a middle school swim team come this fall to expand the usage for our students. So we'll have a Garden City Middle School boys and girls swim team. And then we're also working on doing swim clinics for our students over the summer. So the plan is to do a swim clinic for Douglas students over the summer, do a swim clinic for Farmington students over the summer, and likewise do a swim clinic for middle school students over the summer to get those kids acclimated and get them exposed to the pool, get them an opportunity to get in there in a structured setting, right? Because open swims, free swims, we know that they come with quite a bit of liability. Again, it's not like some of these public pools that you have in parks where you have a high ratio of lifeguards and multiple ways to get in and out of the pool. This, the pool set up for an athletic specific pool is a little bit different than, well, actually a lot different, than a recreational style pool setting like you see at some of the local parks and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely the liability you got to watch.
You got to be mindful of slip and fall, and then also management of changing areas and folks in the locker rooms.
And you'd have to have some kind of supervision for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
And with that, we have to talk about what we've got going on with the playgrounds.
Yeah.
We've got at least one new piece of equipment coming for each of our 4 elementaries. So you're looking at the schematic and the layout for the piece that's going in at Lathers. So this is all facilitated through sinking fund money. So that'll enrich that playscape area. And certainly that'll be accessible to the children in the community and the public for usage as it is currently. So we're really proud to bring those. Those will be going in this summer and be completed by September 1st. So they'll be ready for the start of school.
Wow.
So we'll have a unit going in at Lathers. There'll be 2 units going in at Memorial because one is a replacement unit due to some storm damage where a tree fell on one of those playscapes.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a unit going in at Douglas, and then we've got sort of like a obstacle course set up going in over at Farmington for the 5th and 6th graders. So something a little bit more age appropriate for the 5th and 6th graders at Farmington.
Okay, yeah. So all the schools will be getting this. Awesome, beautiful. I like the layout. I like the colors.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were very considerate to go with school colors, and we kind of made one adjustment on the fly. Red and orange in particular kind of get beat up with UV lights and tend to fade. So I requested that the engineer there, the playground, there's a playground engineer involved in this, that they make an adjustment and make sure all the slides are done in royal blue, because color-wise, that holds up a lot better to sunlight and UV light. It's not prone to fading like orange and red can be.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how much input you actually had in a lot of the designs and colors and picking, the colors and stuff.
Yeah, I sign off for final approval, but it's certainly a team process.
Yeah.
The way we did the playgrounds is, I went to the principals. I said, here's your overall budget. Tell me what you would like to see out there. Your kids, their needs.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping in mind that we have grade level buildings, so each one of those playscapes, it's a little bit different because we've got smaller kids at Lathers, a little bit bigger kids at Memorial, and so on as you get up in the Douglas and Farmington. So we want to make sure we're meeting the physical needs, the gross motor skill needs, and the sort of energy needs of kids by their age level. And the principals did a great job sort of identifying those equipment pieces. And then there's a bid process for that. So we put that out to bid through our business office, met with a couple of different companies, and then looked at those designs and ultimately worked with the board through that school board process to award the bid. And I'm very pleased and super excited that we're adding these and sort of enriching our playgrounds for our kids, and going to give something to the community as well and get some engagement out there. It's good for families, good for kids, good for our schools.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, you had mentioned now it's a 5-year bond. You have to use that within the
sinking fund. Yeah, the sinking fund, our current sinking fund expires in December of 25. We've got an opportunity to go out, based on legislation, to ask for a renewal, obviously sooner than it expires. So we'll most likely be going out with a ballot item in August.
Okay. You're also adding additional AP classes too to the high school. Is that right?
Yeah, you got that.
AP is advanced placement, right?
Advanced placement. We've just added last year, and going into this year, we have a AP computer programming class. We're really excited about AP computer programming and coding. And then next year, we've just approved through this Staff Curriculum Development Council process, we'll be adding AP Biology to our AP continuum. So that'll give us around 11, 12 AP courses at Garden City High School right now.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's great.
And then also, too, with our sinking fund, I wanted to share, we've also got some additional improvements coming, speaking of community usage, coming to Garden City Middle School. We will be redoing the tennis courts there.
Okay.
So right now, that tennis court, that hasn't been in use in quite some time. I've been with the district now 24 years, and I can't remember a time when that was, actually really in its prime. So we're completely redoing the tennis courts at Garden City Middle School. So we'll have 3 full-size tennis courts.
Wow.
But more excitingly is we'll be adding 10 pickleball courts to that area.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of excitement, sort of a lot of
it's so popular.
Pickleball. So we'll put some turnstiles in there so that there'll be community access. We'll have an 8-foot vinyl coated fence around that area.
Oh, nice.
But there will be a turnstile to facilitate public access and, get folks out there using that as well. And then as we move forward, another big project this summer with sinking fund dollars is going to be the complete renovation of Garden City Middle School athletic field, the Bill Pinnell field that's out there.
Wow.
Behind transportation. So what we'll be doing out there is we'll be completely renovating the track, be clearing a lot of the foliage out there, a lot of the sort of the scrub and brush and bush out there to really give better visibility out there. We'll be adding home bleachers and visitors bleachers. We'll be putting new fencing and new gates in at that area.
Wow.
And then we'll also be putting a sort of a prefab restroom and concessions area out there as well. So that'll give our kids an opportunity for Garden City Middle School track teams. They practice out there currently, but we really can't host home events there. So looking forward, we'll be able to host home track events there. We can also look at, partnering as we continue to do with the Garden City Soccer Club, getting them out there for, some soccer games. And then also maybe talking to the GCYAA, see if there's interest in them using that facility, because it's an awesome facility
Sure.
for some football games. So
Yeah.
really being community-minded, working to engage our various stakeholders thoughtfully with these properties as we restore them for use.
Well, that's nice. You're going to have public access to the pickleball courts, because a lot of our seniors and people that play it, and it's so popular now, they go to Westland.
Yep.
Hopefully we can keep them right here in our community, huh?
Absolutely. That's the plan.
Yeah. Also with safety and security is something that's on everybody's mind. So what are you doing about that in the schools?
Certainly, one of the quick sort of very visible items was at Garden City Middle School. As part of that bond project, we went and had that secured vestibule consistent with our other buildings, right, where you've got multiple doors to sort of gain access to the building and get into the office. So we have that secured vestibule in place now at Garden City Middle School. We've also worked through the grant process, and I was honored to have a grant that I wrote actually approved by the state of Michigan, and we added a second school resource officer. So we have, within the district, we have 2 school resource officers, every school day on site. So we're working with Officer Ryan Kane.
Okay.
He is at Garden City Middle School, and we have Officer Ryan Klein. Officer Klein is stationed, over at the high school in Cambridge. So we've got them separated strategically on the east and west side of the district so that they can certainly respond expeditiously, right?
Yeah.
And really reduce that on average 2.5 minute response time to about 1.5 minutes to where they could be needed. So
that's very good.
Great, having 2 resources like that to support us, work with our kids and work with our families. We've also added major project that's going on right now. Over 300 additional security cameras are going into the district.
Oh, wow.
As we speak, being installed. So that's, just further strengthening our camera network, both exterior on the buildings, but also interior.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Not to give too many details, but it is state of the art. Very pleased with what we purchased. And again, this is coming through not bond dollars, excuse me. This is coming through grant funds. There's Section 31A, Section 31AA, and Section 97D grant monies that I was able to work and secure. And these cameras, they're quite amazing once you get the network installed, because you can dialogue with the server, type in indicators, and then it'll work. If you need to search for a specific person or item, it'll search that network of cameras.
Oh, wow.
Pulling information up and really being very strategic about using the camera, so you're not just sort of willy-nilly scrolling or clicking through cameras. It's there to use assistive technology to help you look what you're looking for. So
wow, that is state of the art.
Absolutely, to enhance our safety and security. We've added additional fobs, and we've changed our fob network to a more modern, contemporary network of entry fobs. So we're not necessarily issuing entry keys. We have specialized security fobs for those secured exterior doors. We also have a phone, a digital-based phone, an E911-based phone in every classroom and office, so that if a person has to call out in the event of an emergency, dispatch doesn't have to ask that person necessarily where they are at and what room they're in. It'll automatically be coded when they call 911 on through that network to tell them where that call is coming from. Room 7 at Garden City High School is placed this call.
That's great.
Yeah, so that'll enhance response time and police information.
We mentioned walkie-talkies too, huh?
Yeah, we purchased through another grant, working with Motorola, right around 250 handheld walkie-talkies that have various channels and networks so that we can increase our communications internally as a district and share that information with first responders. So when you think of our number of staff, I mean, that's almost like every other person would have access to a walkie-talkie. So in the event of an emergency, someone's on the playground, we can work to inform our staff so that they know what is going on so that they can take the appropriate precautions to keep our kids safe.
Need that communication for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Also with that phone system, we've got the capacity. There's a special code staff can use they can network the intercom to inform the whole building if a staff member needs to call a lockdown. It's not about calling the office and then the office calling the lockdown. Individual staff members in classrooms and office staff can call lockdowns through that phone system and inform an entire school building with what's going on. Likewise, as superintendent, I can network into that phone system from my office and send messages to staff and make mass calls that will go out to all staff simultaneously with that system. Yeah, so we've done a lot of good work, and then we've added additional locks. Part of our bond project was to add safety locks so that we can really facilitate a quick lockdown, and we've actually doubled down on that through a company in Michigan called NightLock. So not only do we have these hardened deadbolts, but we also have a NightLock device. It's another added feature to secure classroom and office doors in the event a lockdown is called. So just a strong focus on the ALICE principles, the principles of alert, lockdown, inform, in particular, just to keep students and staff safe.
Yeah. Wow. A lot of exciting stuff happening there, including you guys are in a partnership with Wayne County and taking on the Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, I'm very, very proud. We've got a great community of senior citizens, right? And I'm 52, so it's going to be sneaking up on me. I've already got my AARP coming in the mail. They're knocking on the door for me to join. But we've got a very proud group of senior citizens who are certainly supportive of the schools. Our kids engage with them thoughtfully, especially those residents at the senior tower. And there were 87 residents in Garden City who were serviced by the Meals on Wheels program. We didn't want to see them disenfranchised or not have access to those meals. So Stacy Karafatis over at Lucky Dog, she was very passionate about this. Our principal over at Cambridge, he's very passionate about it. Likewise, with my connections to the community, I did not want to see this program flounder and or dissolve in the community.
Right, so they've been bounced around a lot.
They've been bounced around a lot the past year and a half. So with that, we reached out to Wayne County. We met with them multiple times, and we've got a great space for them in the community wing over at Cambridge. Brand new floor in there, 3-basin sink, great countertop, and we're going to look at it as an opportunity, one, to support our community thoughtfully, and we're also going to look at it as an opportunity to bring our kids in and engage in volunteerism. So groups like our Air Force ROTC, groups like DECA, groups with students at Cambridge, and Key Club with Kiwanis, and our Honor Society students, where they seek volunteer hours in the community. This would be a great way for them, really just either in their own building at Cambridge or right across the parking lot from Garden City High School, to go over and engage thoughtfully with the Meals on Wheels volunteers to support a very special component of our community. And I'm proud of our board for taking this on and supporting it. I'm proud of the team at Cambridge and the principal, Mr. Mark Kay over there. And we've been really impressed with how strategic and thoughtful and just the whole Meals on Wheels operation. I mean, there's great folks. And for me, I'm honored and humbled to have the opportunity to work with them.
Well, thank you for getting them over there and giving them a home. They definitely need it.
And it's
they can get.
It's theirs for a long time. So I mean, we're gonna have a long, fruitful, solid partnership with them. And again, I couldn't be any more honored or pleased to have the opportunity to work with them.
That's fantastic. Let's see what we got in here. I just want to see if we got any comments. Darlene Jablonski from the board. So very grateful to our community for their constant support of our school district and our students. Yeah, that's for sure. They step up, don't they? Lisa Poma, love the school colors. Orange and blue for sure. For sure. Moose Jones. Hi, Derek. As usual, you're doing a great job. Yes, you are. That's for sure. We're very lucky to have you. That's for sure.
Happy to be here.
A lot of people in there watching tonight. Thank you for all the kind words for sure. So, Derek, anything else that we missed that you want to cover?
You know what? Just really excited to continue to see the district improve its facilities, and I wanted to say too, I almost forgot, we've got an esports team now at the high school.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, so that's we want to find a place and an activity and a way to engage
Yes.
kids from all walks of life. Not everybody is has the making of a Heisman Trophy winner, right? Not everybody is pulled into athletics. Athletics are important.
Yep.
Athletics are a great source for enrichment and engagement of kids, but not everybody has that passion. And guess what? We're okay with that, right? So we know we have a lot of kids that are very passionate and just compelled to game. They love these video games, and fortunately, right now with the Michigan High School Athletic Association and with the way varsity letters are, there's this e-gaming community, this esports community that's supported by the Michigan Athletic Association.
Big.
And we have just now moved into that, and we're very happy to have our first esports team. We added bowling, I think 3 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe 4, right around.
Yeah. I think
they are doing well. Our girls and boys bowling team, they really dominate in our conference, our Western Wayne Athletic Conference, led by Coach Darren Clark, who teaches econ at Garden City High School. He's done a wonderful job with that program.
Okay.
So we're happy to see our kids succeed there as well. And then, looking at the pool, what we were able to do with that, we had a dedicated group of coaches and athletes. While all those years we didn't have a pool, we still managed to have these swim teams, and we had a wonderful partnership with one of our sort of rivals, with Crestwood, where they were gracious. They welcomed us and gave us practice time in their pool and time to host events in their pool. So again, it just shows how people you may be in competition with, they can open their doors. They can be good neighbors. They can be thoughtful.
Yeah.
And we break down a lot of barriers when we think about sharing it and just being thoughtful. And that's kind of like with this Meals on Wheels opportunity. I'm really just impressed and inspired by the folks in Wayne County who are so committed to serving our senior population. And that puts gas in my tank to just, keep on doing what I do. So just, there's a lot of good thing. And again, I'll use this opportunity, one, to thank both of you for being such good hosts and, always having the invite open to me to come on the show, but also to thank our community. I'm blessed to serve as superintendent in a community in Wayne County that really just embraces the public school system. And I'm eternally grateful for that. So thank you.
Well, we love having you, and you're doing a fantastic job. I'll tell you, that's for sure. A lot of exciting things happening in the district. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, if you want to contact Derek, the number is up there on the screen, 734-762-6311. Right?
That's it.
Well, look, thank you again for coming on. You're always welcome back. The door is open for you anytime.
Appreciate it. I'll get back in the fall and we'll give you an update on have some pictures of the completed playground equipment and the pickleball courts and that middle school athletic field for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be great. Anything you want to say, Mike?
Not particularly. Kiwanis has been in your high school cafeteria twice in those last week.
Yep.
Once we prepared over 10,000 meals for Kids Against Hunger, and tonight we had the empty bowl.
Yeah.
With a lot of participation from Key Club, the Honor Society, and the ROTC kids.
Excellent.
They raised over $500.
That's great.
Wow.
That's a great event.
It is.
All right. Well, thank you again, Derek, and have a great night. Okay, and take care of that beard.
You got it. Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Night.
Take care.
All right. All right. Well, he is a good guy, isn't he? I really
Yes.
love talking to that guy. He's got so much going on. If you want to contact the superintendent, once again, his number is 734-762-6311, or you can email him at fisherd@gardencityschools.com. A lot of good things happening there. Matt Collins. Yeah, he goes, "Hi, Derek. Would there be an opportunity to welcome a Leo club into Garden City High School, similar to the Key Club, but supported by the Lions Club?" Oh,
Sure.
interesting. Well, hopefully he's listening and we can get an answer. He might be able to comment in the private chat there. Let's see. Michael Bingo's in there. We have Matt Collins is going to be our guest. In April. Lisa Pohm is in there. Patty Fix is in there. Moose Janes. Ruth Hessling's in there. Gobel Bartley. How you doing, Gobel? Hope you're feeling good. We got a lot of people. Wow. That's really great. Really, really love it. Eddie Tabbs in there. How you doing? Brandy Overholt. And we got about 14 others watching that I can't see. So really appreciate everybody's support for sure. All right, moving on. The next city council meeting is Monday, April 8th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers located at 6000 Middle Belt Road. These meetings are a good way for you to get involved and voice any concerns that you might have. All right, let's get Joe Bartley in here now with his tax talk for this year. And then we're going to get Mike in here with some community events. Sound good, Mike?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Joe's got some good, important tax information.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tax Talk with Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. So today we're going to talk about, trigger warning, death and taxes. So everyone knows that those are the two certainties in life. Now, to start out, I want to say that I am not an attorney, so this is tax advice and opinion. So take what I say very carefully, and remember that there is no one size fits all, as with most tax laws, there's not. Now, generally, when someone passes, if it's a spouse, the other spouse simply takes over everything. They can sign the tax documents, they can receive any refund that they may be owed, etc. So that's the easy part. Now, if someone passes and there's a will, that will state, obviously, who the executor is. Now, the executor has a big responsibility because at tax time, they have to bring in the paperwork. They have to do the final return for that person that passed. Now, that return is done just like the person was alive, only they're not. And the executor will have rights to sign. Now, generally, it's court appointed or it is written in the will. So when you come for your tax appointment with your deceased loved one's taxes, you want to make sure that you bring a death certificate as well as any documentation showing that you're the executor. Okay, so a will is generally a little bit simpler than a trust. A lot of attorneys really push the trust. I think a lot of times because they can make more money that way. But it's also a trust is usually for larger estates where there may be more involved. Now, when a trust is created, you get a separate EIN number, which is like a social security number. And relatively speaking, the trust is actually another person. So you're still going to do a final return. And then anything that is in the trust, you're going to do a trust return. Now, that trust, to be clear, does not pay taxes. Okay, so anything that is on there goes to the beneficiaries. Okay, now the beneficiaries of a trust will receive a form called a K-1. Now, that K-1 goes on the individual's personal beneficiary's personal tax return. Now, the tricky part, and sometimes gives us a problem, is with any beneficiary and with the K-1, information is needed for those beneficiaries, such as name, address, and social security number. So sometimes as an executor, it's your job to get that information and get it to your tax person so that the K-1s can be distributed. So when the K-1s are distributed with the amount of money that the people are getting, they again have to pay tax on that. Now, I recommend having everyone fill out a W-9 form, which basically gives the information that's needed, and keep that on file and be able to give that to your tax person when the estate tax is done. So estate tax is a little more difficult. There's a little more paperwork. Again, when you show up for the appointment, you'll need a copy of the death certificate, as well as the trust information, such as that EIN number, because all those things go on the estate tax return. Now, again, the estate itself is not paying the taxes. All of those flow down to the K-1 recipients, who are the beneficiaries. So the people have to realize that whatever they're receiving, they may be paying tax on that. Now, a good rule of thumb is to keep in mind when someone passes, if they were to have to pay tax on it, if they were living and they took it out, the people receiving it are going to have to pay tax on it. So there's a lot of interesting and weird rules and laws that have to be looked at. Generally, life insurance in itself is not taxable. However, many, many times there are investments that go along with life insurance policies, which makes it taxable. So that does it. There's a lot of questions. The best thing to do is talk to an attorney, talk to a tax pro, and find out in your situation exactly what works best and what you need to do. But just remember, you are going to need some paperwork to give your tax professional. Again, if I could address any subjects, let Carrie know, let me know, and I'll be glad to help you out. Again, I'm J&J Taxes and More, Joe Bartley, 30900 Ford Road, Suite G. The best way to get a hold of me is through email, joe@jnjtaxesandmore.com, or call the office 734-523-8291. Thank you. Have a good day.
Boy, thank God we have a guy like Joe, because it sure gets confusing, doesn't it? Holy cow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But the advantage of a trust is you don't go through probate.
Yeah, big advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Collins, Derek Fisher did get back with me, and he said he would be happy to support a partnership with the Lions Club. He appreciates their focus and commitment to providing eyeglasses to those in need. So if you want to get a hold of him, chat with him. Once again, his phone number 734-762-6311. And I hope that's another good partnership you strike up. All right. Are you ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
You are ready, eh?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's do it. Let's do it.
When you say
that'll be the day.
It's time for
You make me cry. You say you're gonna
Mike in
leave.
here. Mike.
You know it's a lie, 'cause it'll be the day when I die.
All right. You've been practicing, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
All right. We got a few to get to here. Some new ones, some old ones. So
Straight Farmhouse, 6221 Merriman Road, is open Wednesdays and Saturdays from noon to 3. For more information, go to www.straightfarmhouse.org.
yeah, a lot of events going on over there, huh?
Always. carpet cleaner, carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, upholstery cleaning, hardwood floor cleaning, residential and commercial. Call Dennis Diekman at 734-299-6496. Notary services, including powers of attorney, wills and trusts, real estate documents. Contact the Notary Babe Shannon for more information at www.notarybabeshan.com. Tech Talk with Julie, one-on-one appointments, first Monday of each month from 4 to 6. There's one left on April 1st, and one-on-one appointments every Thursday, starting with March 21st, 28th, and all of April. Please call 734-793-1856
Yep.
to make an appointment through Danielle.
Yep.
Angel AIDS, she's going to be on our show, isn't she?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah. She provides a lot of services to seniors and disabled people. So you can contact her at 248-818-5334. They do housework, they do cleaning, they do driving, lawn work, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, she said she's expanding her team, so they're going to be able to keep up with lawn cutting and all that. So you're
Good.
going to tune into the show next week for sure. See everything that they do.
Adult Jazz Fitness with Jolie, Tuesdays at 7:15 p.m. at the Radcliffe Center. Dance Express, 1751 Radcliffe Street, Garden City, Michigan. Drop in is $7 or sign up at.
Don't even read all that.
I can't read that.
I would just call Radcliffe if you can.
Yeah.
And bring a change of shoes, she says.
Okay. Yoga at the Radcliffe Center, Mondays at 5 o'clock, Thursdays at 5:45, Saturdays at 10 a.m. Purchase an 8-visit punch card for $36 or drop in for $6.
Yep.
Wayne County Veteran Services every Tuesday and Thursday from 8:30 to 4:30 at the Radcliffe Center. You can make appointments by calling Wayne County at 313-506-0302. Also, the American Legion Department of Foreign Affairs can handle all of your benefit stuff right here in Garden City. No longer need to go downtown. They're available every Tuesday from 9 to 3.
Yeah, that is such a benefit, not having to go down there.
Yep. Garden City Senior Center presents a $5 water class on April 19th from Radcliffe Center. Register online or at gardencitymi.org/senior center. Any questions, call 734-793-1870. Grab your smartest friends and join the Westland Rotary Club for their 3rd annual trivia night. That's going to be next Friday. Trivia, March 22nd. Oh boy, I don't know if I can read all of that. It's $200 a team of 8 people.
Yep.
It's going to be at the Joy Manor in Westland.
Yep.
Doors open at 6. Trivia starts at 7.
Oh, you can eat pizza?
Oh yeah, hey, that's not bad.
No. And salad and a cash bar.
Yeah.
Very good.
Dog vaccination day in Westland. Free to Westland veterans. Dog vaccinations for only $25. Dog microchips for only $10. Is that it, right?
Yeah, $10.
On site at Westland Dog licenses for only $13 at the West. This is sponsored by Westland Car Care Towing. They do a lot of nice things too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's Saturday, March 23rd, 10 to 2.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
Penny Bingo at the Garden City Senior Center, 1st and 4th Wednesday of every month from 1 to 2, 25 cents per bingo card. Bring lots of pennies. Pennies are used as bingo markers. Any questions, please call 734-789-1870.
Use them pennies.
Yeah. Garden City Senior Center presents Board Game Day. It's free. It's on Tuesday, March 25th, April 23rd, and May 25th from 10 to 2. Join us at the Radcliffe Center for a day of board games, card, table, tennis, pool, cornhole, and more. Any questions? Call 734-793-1870. That should be a busy phone number.
Yeah, it is.
Neighborhood Watch is back on the second Tuesday of every month. Next meeting is April 9th. It's at the Garden City Police Department at 7 o'clock p.m.
Mhm.
State Rep Dylan Wagella has a recurring 2024 coffee hour. Next one in Garden City is on April 11th from 5:30 to 6:30 at the Radcliffe Center. Every second Thursday of the month, he's going to be in Garden City.
Yep.
And in other times, he's going to be in other communities that he represents. But
Right. And yeah, you got time to go there and then come back home and watch the show.
yeah, good plan, Terry. Good plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easter cookie decorations on Saturday, March 23rd. What is that? 1 o'clock to 2:30.
Yeah.
Ages 7
13,
to 13.
12 bucks.
$12 per child.
Yep. At the Radcliffe Center.
Yep. Adult bingo night in the Garden City Public Library.
Hmm.
Join us for monthly bingo night with book prizes and more, open to all ages 14 and up with a parent. Sign up by phone or online. April 3rd is the next one, 6 to 7:30.
Bingo.
Yeah. Garden City Senior Center presents the acrylic painting for seniors, $8. First Friday of every month, beginning April 5th at 1 o'clock in the Radcliffe Center. Register at the Radcliffe Center or online at gardencity.org /senior center. Any questions? Call 734-793-1870. Garden City Public Library presents a cooking club with Emily Schwartz. Plant-based cooking, Saturday, April 6th from 2 to 3 in celebration of Earth Month. Come learn about plant-based cooking and sample some tasty food that's good for you and the planet. Open to all ages 14 and up. Registration is required.
Sounds vegetarian to me.
Yeah, I'm not quite ready to give up my carnivorous habits.
Me neither.
I can understand the value of salads, and I try to have as
Oh, yeah.
my daily vegetables. But
Mhm.
right, craft day. Create your own mosaic candle holder.
Hmm.
This is undoubtedly this is at the Radcliffe Center.
Yeah.
Saturday, April 6th from 11 to 12. $10 per person. All ages are welcome.
Mhm.
Eclipse Day.
Hmm.
Yeah, our
Party.
Eclipse Party, Saturday, April 6th from 12:30 to 1:30 at the Wayne Public Library. All ages are welcome. Our weather guy is going to be taking a plane and following that eclipse across the country.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah.
Says join us for a fun-filled hour of activities celebrating the upcoming eclipse. You'll learn how eclipse work, get a free pair of eclipse glasses while they last, make an eclipse-inspired craft, and more. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
See.
Beginner Spanish, Mondays, April 1st through May 20th from 6 to 7:30. 13 and up, $40 per person, held at the Radcliffe Center.
Sí, senor.
Yeah, hablo español. Seeds and Sprouts. This is a pet project of one of my good Kiwanian friends.
Mhm.
In fact, a couple of them.
Mhm.
Join us to learn about bugs, plants, soil, and more. Kids will also eat pizza and make a craft. ages 7 to 12, $5 a child per class. April 6th, June 8th, and August 31st from 11 to 1.
Well, that's good. They get their hands dirty and get fed too.
Yeah.
$5, can't beat it.
Sea Life Garden City Senior Center presents a trip to Sea Life Aquarium Great Lakes Crossing on Monday, April 8th from 9 to 5. First stop will be at the Sea Life Aquarium. After the aquarium, there will be time for lunch and shopping at Great Lakes Crossing. Tickets are $25.
Yep.
And ticket sales begin. They've already begun.
Yep. You can still get them.
Yeah.
Radcliffe Center.
Inspire Theater. Yeah, I've got a
You
I got a reserved seat for coming up for what is it? Friday. I think it's Good Friday.
Oh,
March 28th through April 14th. Tickets are $20. You can get those at HTTPS at inspiretheater.ticketleap.com.
mm-hmm.
Should be a fun show.
Yep. Several dates there.
Yep. Give hope this spring. Give blood. Blood drive. Oh, yeah. We saw the flyers on this at our meeting today. Garden City High School Auditorium lobby, Friday, April 5th.
Yep.
From 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yep. Oh, that's just another one.
Yeah. Little Shop of Horrors coming up, presented by the Garden City Theater Group.
Mm-hmm.
Only 3 shows, April 26th and 27th at 7 p.m. and April 28th at 2 p.m. So tickets are going pretty fast for that.
Yep. $12 for adults, 10 for seniors and students, and 15 at the door.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Road Rally. Straight Farmhouse Historic District. Get your team of 4 to 6 together, whatever you can fit in your car. Food and adult beverages are available for purchase at our final destination. Tickets are $20 per person. Check in at 2:45. This is on April 28th. Check in at 2:45 p.m. Starts at 3. Reach your final destination by 6. There's going to be raffle prizes, a 50-50 raffle, cash prizes for the top 3 teams. You can go to straightfarmhouse.org or call Kim at 734-812-1559.
Yeah, usually your minivans are good for road rallies.
Yeah.
Margaritaville.
Okay, Jimmy Buffett tribute. Saturday, May 4th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7. Notre Dame Hall, 3144 South Wayne Road. Tickets are $25.
Cool. Food available for purchase and cash bar.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Now, this is what Matt Collins is going to be coming on the show to talk about recruiting members to their Garden City Lions Club, because I guess they're hurting.
Yeah, well, they got a lot of older members,
Yep.
and some of them are passing away, so
Right.
they need some fresh blood in there.
Yep. Going to be Sunday, May 19th, 3:30 at the Straight Farmhouse. RSVP your attendance by May 16th. To Lion Matt at mcollins782@gmail.com.
Thank you.
Or text and call him at 248-224-8116. Seating is limited.
Camp Garden City, ages 6 to 11, from June 17th to August 16th at Garden City Park. It's a half-day camp, Mondays through Fridays from 9 to 12:45. $99 a week. Learn arts and crafts, sports, weekly field trips, and more.
Yep. Keep those kids busy and out of trouble.
Yeah.
Just our good buddy Don.
Yeah. Cruising Within Step, August 7th, cruise night, drive-in movie. Tonight, 4 p.m., drive-in movie at 9 p.m. E.T. is the movie. There's going to be food, karaoke, dash, plaques, music, People's Choice Awards. Details or questions, contact Don Nicholson at www.donnicholson.net or 734-658-3600. 5296.
Yeah, we'll have to get Don on summer coming, all the cruises he's got lined up.
Yeah. Community Shred Day. Yeah, this was just announced at the council meeting on Monday night.
Yep.
Prescription drug disposal and home pantry food donations. It's going to be on Saturday, September 14th from 10 to 1 in the City Hall parking lot, enter off Central Street from Ford Road.
Yep.
Up to 5 paper grocery bags or cardboard bankers boxes are accepted. You must be in line by 12:45.
Yep. And that is all I have on there. I did want to just remind everybody, yard waste pickup starts April 1st. So you can get out, hopefully, after the snow flies and get your yard cleaned up. And
Looks like we're going to have a parks millage on the ballot in August.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. Yeah, 9 million or something they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that probably as we get closer.
Well, once they finally approve it and so forth. There
Yeah.
are some questions whether anything related to Radcliffe should have been subject to being paid out of that millage.
Right.
When we supposedly had grant money that was going to cover all the Radcliffe expenses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, we'll have to see how that goes.
Right.
I did want to mention something before we move on here. I just want to thank everybody for the prayers and thoughts and concerns while I had my heart ablation procedure. It went well.
Good.
Feeling good. I'm just a little sore in the groin area where they went up in there for
Well,
feeding the catheter, so I got to watch that. So, but otherwise, I just want to thank everybody. I really appreciate it, and hopefully, this is going to be the end of my problems for a while. So, all right. Remember, we're always looking to get guests on the show. If you're interested or know anyone who might be interested, we'd love to hear from you. It's very easy. Just send us an email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on Facebook. It doesn't matter what community you live in. We want to hear from you. Come on the show and share your information with us and the surrounding communities. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you. And with that said, Mike, I think we're ready to call this a podcast.
that's
Podcast.
podcast.
We want to thank our guests, Garden City Public School Superintendent Derek Fisher. Had some great information, a lot of good things going on at the school.
Mhm.
Always good information from him. Once again, contact Derek at 734-762-6311 or email him at fisherd@gardencityschools.com. fisherd@gardencityschools.com. Also, a big thanks to my fantastic co-host, meteorologist Dr. Tom Iwinski and Mike Jones. Great job as always. Mike, any final thoughts before we go?
No, I just urge people to stay healthy and stay safe.
Yeah. How about the measles, going around? Geez.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of that apparently was from kids that had been overseas and were in areas that didn't have proper vaccination. But some of it is just vaccination.
It's such an easy fix.
Yeah, some people have gotten to the point where they just don't trust vaccinations anymore, and it's hurting our public health in our communities.
It is. Yeah, it's not getting
We got a
good.
very safe vaccination for measles. It's
Yeah.
very effective.
Well, I remember when you couldn't go to school unless you had that vaccination card filled out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, people need to, I don't know, protect themselves and others.
Yeah.
Also, a huge shout out to each and every one of you. We want to thank you for sharing part of your time with us tonight and your support over the 14 years. Remember, this show will be available right after we sign off tonight. So we hope you'll check it out at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late, by going to facebook.com/GCChat. And feel free to share the show with your friends as well. Also, catch us over on our YouTube channel. Just search for Garden City Community Chat. And you'll find not only this show, but all our past shows as well. Click on the live tab and please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. And as always, at the end of our shows, we'd like to thank all of the healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses, and please don't hesitate. Vaccinate. Get that COVID booster, measles shots, flu shots, RSV shots, pneumonia shots. Remember, you're not only protecting yourself, but you're protecting others as well. Exactly. And Mike, if you see something,
Say something.
say something, right? We need to look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to dappertomsweather.com. It's got a great user-friendly website over there, full of a lot of good weather information. So we hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for listening. If you would like to contact any of us here at the chat for any reason, once again, our email, gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We do like to hear from our listeners. Let us know how we're doing and what you'd like to see more of. Join us next week, March 28th, when our guest will be our good friend Stephanie Peters from Angels AIDS LLC. So until then, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/gcchat. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@GC Community Chat Show. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your week, and good night.
Good
Mike,
night.
you take care. See you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right. See you guys. Thank you.